Right. So thanks for that, Adam and Chris. I'm going to talk to you guys briefly today about something that's been happening in the cryptocurrency market over the last couple of weeks. First off, I'm going to touch on Coinbase. Now, I'm not going to talk too in depth about this company because Dan is probably going to be talking about them next week, but it's important for what we're going to carry on with here. Coinbase is essentially a stock exchange-like company, but aimed at cryptocurrencies that allow users to buy and sell various cryptocurrencies and hold them in wallets on the platform. The company's gone public this week with a valuation of about $110 billion, which is well over 100 times its net income of this year, which was about $800 million. They've noted that their profit is likely to be somewhat cyclical based on how interested people are in cryptocurrency. So for me, it's interesting that they've taken this moment to take advantage of maximum hype and get maximum valuation for their company. Moving on from Coinbase, let's talk about cryptocurrencies more generally. And Bitcoin is the first of these cryptocurrencies and perhaps the most well-known. Now, last year during the pandemic crash, the price of Bitcoin went all the way down to about £4,000. Exactly 1 year later, it had gone up 1,000% to £44,000, which is a ridiculous return on investment had you bought at the bottom. But that's quite hard to do. At £44,000, it's got a market cap of over $1 trillion. Now, to put that in perspective, Apple is the world's biggest company, or often is the world's biggest company, and that has got a market cap of about $2 trillion. So an appreciable amount more than Bitcoin, but not ridiculously more. Apple produces huge amounts of revenue as a company. Bitcoin doesn't. The only potential justification for its value being at about 1 trillion is as a currency. And that's its theoretical aim, is to be a currency. The question then becomes, is it a currency? And the answer at the moment would have to be no. But maybe. And the caveat is that although most companies don't currently accept Bitcoin as a form of payment, some companies are moving that way. One notable company would be that of Elon Musk's Tesla, which in December, I think, announced that it would accept Bitcoin as payment for Tesla. So you can take your shiny digital currency and turn it into a very shiny red car. And I love these Tesla cars. Chelsea always says how much she wishes she could buy one whenever she sees one. And what that means is that a real business with real products is starting to accept Bitcoin as a real currency. Whether or not it keeps going that way remains to be seen. Goldman Sachs have also announced that they're relaunching their crypto trading desk after a 3-year pause. I said to the guys when I was preparing this presentation, anytime a bank reopens something they had to close because they lost a ton of money on it, they're probably going to lose a ton of money again. And the last time they closed this was because Bitcoin crashed from $20,000 to $3,000. Nevertheless, there is some increasing legitimacy to Bitcoin. But Bitcoin is not the only cryptocurrency. So we're going to talk about another one now. And that one is Dogecoin. Now, if you don't know Dogecoin, it's based on the meme of this dog you can see on the coin there. And if I just read around the coin, it says, "V rich, very currency, wow much coin, how money, so crypto please mine." As you can see, this is not something serious, and in fact was created as a joke. It was created in 2013, so about 3 years after Bitcoin, by a couple of software engineers who wanted to poke fun at the idea of cryptocurrencies, and particularly at Bitcoin. As such, it's designed to be identical to Bitcoin with a tipping system, but as ridiculous as possible. They didn't mean for this to actually go anywhere, but the likes of Elon Musk constantly tweeting about Dogecoin and poking fun at it have actually driven up the price, as I don't want to say investors, but speculators in cryptocurrency have started to jump on the hype train. In fact, to such a degree that this week Dogecoin became the 5th most valuable cryptocurrency by market capitalization. Bigger, as this headline says, than several major banks, which is, I think we can all say, a bit ridiculous. Especially for something driven by memes like Dogecoin to the moon. It's a very cute dog, but I don't know that it's the sound basis for a fiscal replacement. That being said, had you bought Dogecoin a couple of years ago, you'd have done very, very well. The currency is up 2,350% since 2018, when a TikTok trend aimed to get it to $1 from about 0.001 cents. What's interesting about Dogecoin is, though, it's so ridiculous that not even Coinbase is going to allow users to buy and sell it, or at least not yet. So it becomes a question of, if this is so dangerous and so ridiculous and so nothing behind it that even the major cryptocurrency exchange is not allowing it, where's the value? Is it ever going to be accepted by major businesses and therefore have the value that as a currency it needs to have? Highly unlikely. And in fact, there are many other major investors, serious players and professionals who are already looking at things like Dogecoin and even things like Bitcoin and saying, this is clear evidence of a bubble. 75% of Bank of America institutional investors think that this is clearly in a bubble. And just looking from the outside in, as someone, as uneducated as I am, this has all the hallmarks of pure speculation. Things like Dogecoin being pumped up by memes and people buying with the hope of just selling to some other schmuck later down the line. There's nothing behind it. There's nothing real value. And even with the potential for real uses of Bitcoin and Ethereum and other cryptocurrencies, Dogecoin has none of that. It's not accepted by any major retailers, and yet is still returning huge amounts. A note here, things like Elongate, this is a new cryptocurrency that's just started the last week based on a tweet that Elon Musk did. Again, he's back with the cryptocurrency news. Our very own Gabriel bought 200 million Elongate for about $50, and he will be bankrolling us in the future when he's worth several $100 million. So that's my view on the cryptocurrency market. I think it's very clearly in a bubble. But I'd like to hear what you guys think. Do any of you think it's a bubble? Do any of you own, God forbid, Dogecoin or at least Bitcoin? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Hi there. Thank you so much for watching our video. I hope you really enjoyed it and I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, please let us know in the comment box. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you can learn more about our channel. Thank you very much and see you next time.